I've had to have it translated. Then I have to have it quality checked to see if like the translation is correct. Then I have to put it back in and adjust little bit. So, Firoz, what was the like the feeling you got when I first approached you with this? Like, hey, I'm making an actual play and I need you to compose like a title track for this. What was the first thought that came to your mind? Was it like, what is an actual play?
The first thing I had to clarify was the whole concept.
Okay, boy, what is
This,
an actual play? I've
yeah,
never heard of this.
yeah. First, I thought, let me be honest with you. First, I thought I'll just, Google it up or I'll just
Yeah,
YouTube it. I thought, okay, let's go with honesty with my friend.
yeah,
So I had to clarify what is this thing. So the moment, so my catch, the interesting part of this was the story, the way you narrated me, the whole concept about it. That was very interesting for me. So that was the point where I felt, okay, this is something interesting, something, the space where I think in terms
yeah.
of music, in terms of, any visual medium or storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah, we usually tend to go like in between the lines, but what is that we are actually saying? What is that we're actually telling? And yeah, again, what I usually do is I listen to a lot of music when I'm either writing or I'm like thinking of an idea. And at that point, I was just listening. I sent you all the things that I was listening to, some of which was funk, some of which
Yeah.
was metal, some of which was like kind of like jazz kind of a thing, or some of which was like even classical. It was like a mishmash of things that I was listening to. I had an entire playlist of, I have a mood list essentially of what I listen to when I'm composing, and it comprises of like so many different types of genres. And I sent you all that, and I was just like hoping for the best. Like, I hope Firoz will understand what I'm trying to get with this.
Yeah. I was, I had to filter it up
Mhm.
because the initial thought after we had the first conversation, so I just told you, you just send me some, the anything, any sound.
Yeah,
I wanted to crack the soundscape, for this series.
yeah,
So the moment you started sending me all of those, I was okay. Okay, there are a lot of emotions,
yeah.
distinct emotions.
Very distinct
every
emotion.
every soundscape differs from each other. So then we came to this point. Okay, we'll have to narrow it down. Okay,
Yeah,
so like 10 to 15 soundscapes, and then we narrowed it down like 5, 6. Okay, this is the direction. The moment the soundtrack Tempt Faith started, I think when we realized, okay, we'll have to choose one soundscape
yeah,
and then feel it, because there were certain things in my mind. I was feeling the some certain melodies or certain, uh, I knew the direction.
yeah.
Okay, this is the place where I need to reach, or I need to explore.
Mm.
So yeah, so after listening to all of your, references and all of those soundscapes, there were a couple of soundscapes. I thought, okay, let's narrow it down and focus on this. Is this the closest one you were feeling?
What was like the thing? What was one of the songs that like, or the music track that I sent you that like that you were like latching onto most? Like, huh, that's a direction that I think could be worked on, because I remember sending you many things.
Yeah.
Uh, Let me pull it up. Uh, I am, such not a nerd, but like, I'm like a slut for soundscapes.
Yeah.
Like, I
Maybe.
listen to anything and everything.
Yeah, because knowing you as a friend, as my classmate from our, post grad days,
Post
helped
grad
me a
days.
lot. Yeah, helped me a lot because we have initially made uh, a project
We,
together. So
yeah,
that was a musical project.
yeah.
So I had certain thing in my mind. Okay, Aman, this guy, this fellow. Okay,
He thinks in this way.
he might be trying to tap one of those chords. Maybe just maybe I can call it instinct or what. I thought, okay, this guy wants something like this maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, yeah, the storytelling, the story, I just blend it together. And as far as I can remember, I think there was one band you shared me. I
Mhm.
don't remember the name. They wear this mask and uh, the golden mask, the whole band. And there was this one reference that I think to answer your question, that would be the uh, reference where I resonated. All right,
Golden Mask. God,
maybe, yeah,
I will have to check because I'm forgetting. I remember sending you some anime music as well, like Death Note
yeah, yeah, yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah,
Death Note music. I also sent you Garaj Baras, which is like an iconic track
yeah, yeah,
anyway.
yeah, right.
I sent you some Arabic funk. I sent you
And
some
also,
melodious like Iranian
yeah,
Arabic songs.
and there was one more of the legendary Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab, the rock version of his
Yeah.
Sanso Ki
Yeah.
Mala Pe. A guy, playing distorted guitar,
Yeah.
that thing.
Taking
So,
an already emotional song and combine mashing it with like an emotional genre, which like metal is supposed to like bring out everything to the front, like
yeah,
just and obviously with Nusrat Saab, his ghazals and the way he does things is anyway very emotional. It can bring out like an emotional. So like that was definitely one of those things which I constantly listened to while
right.
I was like writing, while I was thinking of the story and what can be done. Uh, and I also remember the thing that the first soundscape that he sent, I was like, okay, the first 5 seconds, let's let's latch on to that and let's build up on this. And that
Yeah,
became like the hook for me. Like, okay, if there's any like hook to the series as a whole, that is it, because that gives me the feeling of it's it's almost like a question answer thing, which is said, in music. Like there's a notation, there are a couple of notes which has like a question, and then there's a resolution with an answer. Uh, like na 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 na, that's a
yeah.
question. Na 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 na, and then another question, and then another answer, and that really resonated with me on a deeper level more than just like, oh, that sounds nice. Is because
Mm.
this episode, every episode we are on a different path. Every episode obviously is different, but also every episode is a different language. We're answering a different question. We're exploring a different world. We're meeting new people. Everything which is leading up to something, and that I felt resonated with me, especially with how the melody came about. So yeah, I was like initially latched onto that, and I was like, yes, Firoz, please build on this, do this, take this, and just build on this. And then I sent you like the Death Note thing, which, uh, if anybody has seen Death Note, the Light Yagami and Kira's theme, which is so good. I mean, it's all just notation, and then it builds towards something like a really punk rock kind of a thing. It almost builds towards that. Yeah, so that question answer thing, I think that played into the theme of Qismat as well, like very, very
Mm.
nicely. What was your, uh, I mean, what was your thought process when you were actually composing it? Because there are so many different elements at play in this. I've seen the stem, I've heard the stems, so like I know there's like so many things going on.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, what were the things that were going on in your mind when you were composing it?
Yeah, so basically, after we got the melody,
Mhm.
la 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 la, na 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 na, na na. So I had in my mind, okay, so now I'll have to come with an arrangement first
Yeah,
because this is a soundscape, or we'll get distracted, or often it happens. You start with a melody and then you try to, layer it with different sounds.
yeah,
But usually, what happens, you have to land up with a, with a start and an end.
yeah.
Right. So I had in my mind, okay, so I'll have to come with an arrangement. First, initially I thought, okay, I'll just play the melody and then see what comes in my mind. So after the melody, I tried, one of those things with the electric guitar, those solo
Yeah.
leads. And then I thought, okay, what I can do, I can start with this melody. This can be the hook point, the motive for the series
Hmm.
after having a conversation with you. So then I had to gradually build the whole soundscape. So I started with the motive, the melody, the piano melody. After the arrangement, you can see the way I've arranged the whole soundscape. There is a space where you listen a bit of piano arrangements.
Yeah.
Then gradually it moves to a little bit of symphony. Maybe I've used some cellos,
Mm.
some violas, some yeah. Na na
Yeah.
na na. It gives a build up, you know. So that was the point. I thought, okay, this is a good point, you know, to build up before the electric guitar. So there's a second section. After that, I have gradually gone to the electric part session where it's 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 not the crescendo, but it's the rise, I can say.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now things have developed. Okay, this is the melody, this is the part. The listener or anybody who can listen can get a vibe, can get a feel. Okay, this if I keep on listening to the soundscape, this is the space where I'm going, and it's
Mm.
building up. So then the rise comes with the distortion guitar. I just used my guitar and just played some distortion because of your reference of Khasap, you know. Saso ki mala with a rock part.
Yeah.
So let me share an interesting fact with you.
Uh,
I know you were very passionate and you were very, you know, during the initial stages, you were sending me a lot of different, you know, references,
yeah.
different soundscapes. I thought, okay, I think this guy needs
To calm down.
parts, yeah, to calm down. Also parts of certain, not a single standalone soundscape, but I try to bring the amalgamation of different soundscapes. Okay, like
Mm.
I started with the piano melody, I did some arrangement, then you can see a little cello and symphony kind of thing. Then again you can see there is a large, you know, rise of electric guitar and distortion,
Mm.
and then little bit some space over there, the same motif comes of piano, and then the final rise comes. Okay, and then
Yeah.
gradually, yeah, and after that I also had in my mind, okay, so we'll have to bring the initial parts again
Yeah.
so that it feels it's a soundscape. So at that point of time, while building this arrangement, and also I got hooked on. After I, you know, discovered this different melodies and all, I thought, okay, even I started enjoying it. I've shared with you a couple of times, you know, okay, this is going somewhere, Aman.
Mm. Mm.
I used to, I used to share with you on WhatsApp chats and voice notes. Okay, okay, I'm enjoying. At that point of time, I thought, okay, pata nahi. Aman might be thinking, I haven't heard it. This guy is, you know, just jamming around with himself with his own imagination. So yeah. So the moment I thought, okay, I've got it. All I need to do is just put a good arrangement, uh, uh, layers of different things. I brought on, you know, different synths and melodies and all. And then I thought, okay, okay, so we'll have to bring the we have got 3 to 4 melodies and different sounds and interludes and all. So now we'll have to bring it back and forth with different flavors. So the later part, you can see you told me that you also want something like a military snare or something
Yes.
like that. So I brought the drums. The drums were the last part which I worked on.
Oh.
Yeah,
And I also remember you sending me the guitar portion, one in I think a low tempo and one I think in a
correct.
high tempo, and I'm like, why? Let's use both.
Right, that was a cool feedback. I thought this guy is getting hungry, hungry, more hungry.
Yeah.
I want more. I want both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, like I've heard so many instances. Like I watch behind the scenes and I watch and listen to podcasts about creators talking about different things a lot. And one of the most consistent things that I've heard from people is like people giving them like two choices and the creator going, I have to pick? Why can't we use both?
yeah.
So I think like it worked fine for us. Like, hey, I think it also gives like a nice build up because in the initial part when the guitar and the drums are on a I think a lower tempo or a lower pace, whatever one might say, it's like okay, it's going somewhere. But when the last time it's like a heavy drums with a high with the guitar and everything. at like very high rock pace. It's like, okay, now we're fucking in it. We are just like, we're in that fight. This is the last part of the fight. We're giving it all, and it's going to resolve, and it resolves like with a bang.
Yeah, yeah. I can remember, it was late at night. So I just shared with you this electric, electric guitar solo.
Yeah,
And I was trying, I was just navigating it, contemplating, okay, whether should I use it or not, use it or not, should I use one or more? I just shared with you, and you were
yeah,
like, okay. That moment, I realized this guy is getting greedy. He wants more, and he wants all of it.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's what like producers want more. Like even after like the artist is like, "Ki, bhai, brother, please let me go." This is
yeah.
it. The producer like, no, we can do more.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So the one of the thing you shared with me, like you have heard the stems, right? So that
Yeah.
that that was the point of time where I realized, okay, I'm loving this. We can do this arrangement as far it is, giving a good mix,
Yeah.
So then I realized, okay, why not? So your feedback of merging both the octaves of the same guitar part, and I've done the arrangements of the same motif, the starting melody of piano. I've just tried to layer it up with different pianos, as you
Hmm.
can hear it in the stems.
Yeah.
So that thing was a very good, interesting point.
And I mean, like, personally, I've always wanted to work with you past our Jamia days.
Yeah.
It's been like what, like 5, 6 years?
Six, yeah, maybe 6.5 years.
Yeah, 6.5 years since we last worked together. And I was like, okay, I do want a title track for this thing. I could go to GarageBand and just put some loops together like how we did
Yeah,
for our project which we worked in postgrad. We just put in some loop together and we just put it out there, just like a very muddy. Just it wasn't even a master track. It was a mixed track
yeah.
for the title track. And I was like, no, but I'm I'm forming a team which is which is like a global team. We
Hmm.
have people from literally all across the world. People in the Far East, people in Taiwan, people in Ireland and France,
Nice.
US. People are based everywhere who are working on this project or at least helping me with this project. And I'm like, if people are helping me and I'm able to get some sponsorship involved in this, let me help the people who are also, passionate about this. And also let me work with Firoz, my friend, after such a while, because we have always been on the phone like, bro, we have to work together.
Yeah.
Bro, let's think of a project. Let's do something together.
We get so emotional. We have
Yeah.
to do something. We have to do something.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, let let this be a start. Let this be like a starting point where we can be like, okay, we worked on something together after such a long time, but it's not like we didn't do anything at all. We worked on something. Are you with the music which you're passionate about? Me with TTRPGs and actual plays which I am passionate about. I had the privilege of introducing to a different medium or a different media, which I don't think you knew existed.
Yeah, of course, of course. The first day, as you can see on my face, I was like, कि, भाई, सरल शब्दों में, can you please explain me what is this about? I can give you a theme song, a music, a song, or any of it. There was one part where I was very confident about you. मैंने कहा, okay, this guy can explain me a very good story,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll just extract the feeling, and then I'll start working on the music.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you narrated me the whole concept, and it was really helpful.
I mean, like actual plays are such a huge space, and most of the people are doing it for free. Most of the people are creating actual plays for free. They're either not getting paid or they're not able to pay because everybody is working on volunteer time. They are working on editing, creating, streaming, writing, sound designing, everything, by just putting in their sweat equity, as we like to call it, and not, you know. having sponsorships. Obviously, there are big
Mm.
companies who do actual plays like Critical Role and Dimension 20 who have like decent budget to have, you know, have all of these things like art, music, sets, 3D printed miniatures, etc., etc. We are not able to have that because we are all spread across the globe. But we can have something. So we have character arts, we have two original soundtracks. That's huge. I
Nice.
feel like
Nice.
that is like you and Jolene. Uh,
Yeah. Oh
uh,
my God. She's fantastic. I've heard the soundtrack the day it got released. I loved it.
I mean, like like I feel kind of like privileged to have like to be working with her because not only she's talented, she's been like she has been learning music since the age of 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean like when we were learning how to speak, what words are,
Yeah.
she was learning what music is.
When when we were just playing with the mud,
Gaga goo goo.
yeah, when we were playing just with the muds and all,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
she was learning an instrument.
We were creating castles in the sand with like the construction sand that used to be there, the wet sand. We
Yeah.
used to like put holes in it and like, oh, there is a I had this is my cave, this is my castle, you can't come in here. And she was like, oh, what are notations? But yeah, she is amazing. She When I explained her the story, she was like all in for it.
Hmm.
And I'd been wanting, and she has done some amazing work for different actual plays, games, and all. So I was like, okay, uh, I have Firoz, uh, and like I have Jolene. Like this is like the perfect. This is like all I could ask for at the moment. And I got like the best of both worlds. Uh, and yeah, and people will hear uh, parts of Tempt Fate, parts of In Memoriam, throughout the actual plays. It's in the parts of those music are in every episodes. Uh, Tempt Fate is in the trailer as well as the title
Yeah.
track for the opening titles for uh, every episode, including like the ending for episode 1 at the time of recording. And man, it's been so nice finally to work with you. I remember telling I distinctly remember when I called you. I had just gotten down from a mountain.
I was about to share this story. I'm glad you were sharing it.
Yeah. I mean, like I literally went to a peak. Not, I mean, not for an epiphany or anything. I went to the, I went to the shortest climbable peak in India. Let me say that. But I did roll a natural
We
20.
have also got a certificate for that.
Yes, a natural 20 at like a 20,000 feet. So I think that is still a world record. I'm not sure if anybody has even tried to roll at a peak or a mountain. So I will claim that. So I was getting down from that, and we were talking about like, hey, bro, yeah, I went to Kedarkantha and all. And we were like, oh, I want to go to Kedarkantha. And we started discussing, okay, where to go, how to go, whom to contact, what's the weather like, etc., etc. And then like, hey, I have a thing coming up. I want you to work on it, and you can't say no. That was like as simple as that. Like, bro, it's almost like even if you like come up to me and be like, dude, there is something like I want you to edit or write or direct or whatever. You'll be like, you can't soon. I'll be like, sure, okay. It's that thing like that hunger to collaborate on
Yeah, yeah.
the
Also, I was having this gut feeling right from the very beginning. Okay, because the moment you spoke about me about this series and about this soundscape, you want a title track or something like that. You were just coming down from the mountain, and I was preparing for my climb.
yeah,
So I have this spiritual feeling that okay, maybe we have seen the same mountain and
yeah.
felt something over there. Maybe because of that, certain sounds and certain emotions we resonated and we connected mutually.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, people usually, I mean, okay, this will sound very, cheesy and pretentious,
Yeah.
but I did feel like going up to that mountain and like doing even like trekking after years and like having that physical exertion, sleeping in -7
Mm.
degrees or
Mm.
-14 degrees, I think it was at one point. Like, and going through that trouble and seeing people who do that day in, day out so easily,
Yeah, yeah,
it did bring okay, Aman, they are able to. It wasn't like an epiphany, but it was like, okay, if I have a goal, I can do something. It is a very simple thing to say like I have a goal and I can do something, but it's a different thing trying to actually do it when you have so many hurdles came coming about. Because at that point, I think I also told you that okay, I'm thinking of releasing this in April or May,
yeah, yeah.
and here we are in we're talking in July. This will probably come out in August or September.
Okay.
So like yeah, but, I mean things came about which like delayed and delayed this thing,
Yeah, yeah.
kept delaying this thing, and I was like, at one point, I had my head in my hands, and I'm like, oh, is this going to work out or not? Because
Mm.
it's such for me and Steve, it was like this is so and exhausting at one point. But like I'm so happy that it is here, and thank you so much, my friend,
It
for
was a pleasure. I loved it. I love this collaboration. I'm honestly saying it.
yeah, likewise, my brother, likewise, and I hope like we collaborate again, and I hope people who are still here till now, watching, listening, whatever, that you go out and reach out to Firoz for your musical needs, for your actual plays.
Yeah,
Because hey, Firoz just found out there's a whole media based around TTRPGs and role-playing games, and
absolutely.
he would want to contribute where you're making up stories and playing in that's crazy. Playing in a lot of the Rings, what? Playing in Dungeons and Dragons worlds, playing in
Yeah, yeah.
fictional worlds that other people have created. Wow, that is something. Uh, Feroz, do you have any social media or anything that you would like to plug in where people can reach
Yeah,
out to you?
of course, of course. So there is a YouTube channel and my Instagram account. That is the two platforms, official two platforms where I'm active.
All right. And all of that will be noted in the description and in the
Yeah.
comments below. Uh, okay, until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Bye.